Welcome to episode 13 of rating your Nitro type profiles. Today I'll be rating 5 Nitro type profiles using a rubric that I'll post on screen. I'm going to rate 5 accounts today, with the winner receiving $1.25 million in Nitro type cash. I'll also use a random number generator to randomly select 2 of the accounts from today to win $500,000 of Nitro type cash each. If you have not entered already, I highly recommend you do, because just as I mentioned, even if you don't win, you still get a chance for some Nitro type cash. I will link the instructions for entering the profile rating content in the description of this video. One thing to note before we get started is that I don't skip any responses on the profile rating form. So if you enter, assuming you entered correctly, you will have your profile rated on the channel at some point. Let's get started with our first response. The first response for today is from Precision558. They think the best thing about their Nitro type profile is their speed. When they started in 2014, their top speed was around 30, and now it has increased to 170, which is very impressive. I think that the worst thing about their Nitro type profile is the number of races they have completed, and if they could change one thing about their profile right now, they would want to get more races. Alright, let's move on to rate your profile. I am here at Precision558's Nitro type profile. Let's get started. They have a words per minute average of 134 with a high of 174. Very nice, that will give them 1.5 points. They have a race count of 25,285. That will give them 1.5 points. Again, very impressive. They joined October 29th, 2014, so a really long time ago, in fact, about a decade ago at this point. That will give them 1 point. They do not have a trail equipped, so I can't give them a proper car and trail score, but because they are using the perk, which is a pretty good car, I figured they're using a good-looking car. We'll give them half a point. They have 315 total cars, which will give them 2 points. And as we can see, there's plenty of organization going on. We got King of the Race cars, Halloween cars. They break it down into sections. Some of them have obvious organization, like Christmas cars. Others seem to be more random. But I do like how they organize their garage here. It's very nice, so we'll give you 2 points there. No bonus points in this profile, but that's okay, because you got a 8.5, which is very nice. Not much I would really do to improve this profile. I think it's pretty good. Let's move on to the next response. The next response for today is from Shocker. They think the best thing about their Nitro type profile is their racer tag. The worst thing is their garage, and if they could change one thing about their profile right now, they think it'd be really cool to have some actual OG cars because they started playing it too late to get them. Definitely relatable. Let's move on to rate your profile. I am here at Shocker's Nitro type profile. Let's get started. They have a words per minute average of 120 with a high of 161. Very nice. That will give them 1.5 points. They have a race count of 21,651. That will give them 1 point. Very nice. They joined December 3rd, 2020, so a couple years ago at this point. That will give them half a point. Their car and their truck go very nicely together. The shade of blue almost matches the shade of blue of the car. I actually think it looks really cool, so that'll give you 1 point. They have 141 total cars, which will give them 1 point. And as we can see, there is organization to it. We can see Christmas cars, just this whole block, some Halloween cars thrown in here, and then they kind of divide it up, they paint it consistently. I think it looks pretty good. We'll give them 2 points for organization, and they get a bonus point because they have a top tag. That will give them 1 point. So total, 8 points. Very nice. Not much I would really recommend changing with this profile. Let's get on to the next response. The next response for today is from Harmful Potato. They're not sure what the best thing about their Nitro type profile is. They think the worst thing about their Nitro type profile is everything, and if they could change one thing about their profile, they'd want to change everything. Alright, let's move on to your Nitro type profile. I am here at Harmful Potato's Nitro type account. Let's get started. They have a words per minute average of 47 with a high of 47. That will give them half a point. Pretty decent, just above the national average. They don't have any races, so I'm assuming this is a new account, so that won't give them any points. They joined November 6, 2023, so a couple months ago. That'll give them half a point. They're not using a trail, but their car, I know this is the basic starter car, but I actually do like the look of this car, so I'll give them half a point there. There's only one car in the garage, so it's kind of hard to mess that up in terms of organization, so 1 point for organization and half a point for the garage itself, for a total of 3 points. To be honest, that's not bad for an account that has no races yet. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but if it's not, then just make sure to get racing and enjoy this mostly wonderful typing website. The next response for today is from XX Twizinator XX. Very interesting name. I think the best thing about their Nitro type profile is the fact that they have a fair bit of cars for not being on the game for very long. I think the worst thing about their Nitro type profile is they don't really type all that fast, and if they could change one thing about their profile right now, they'd want to type faster. Alright, let's review your Nitro type profile. I am here at Twizinator's Nitro type profile. Let's get started with their words per minute average, which is 59, and they have a high of 80, which is actually pretty good. That'll give them 1 point. They have a race count of 2,159. That will give them half a point. They joined October 7th, 2023, so not all that long ago. That'll give them half a point. Their car and their trail go very nicely together. I actually kind of like how the neon look of the car matches the trail pretty well. That will give them 1 point. They have 51 cars, which will give them half a point. And if we look at the garage, we can see it's pretty well organized. I think they did a good job keeping the paint scheme consistent. They've kind of grouped some cars together. I think it looks good. Not too many things you can do with only 2 sections, but I think they pulled it off pretty well. So 2 points for organization for a total of 5.5 points. Very nice. Let's move on to the next response. The final response for today is from Shoyo Hinata. They think the best thing about their Nitro type profile is their season level or their car and trail combination. They think the worst thing about their Nitro type profile is the fact that their garage is really empty, and if they could change one thing about their profile right now, they'd like to get more cars. Alright, let's move on to rate your profile. I am here at Shoyo Hinata's Nitro type profile. Let's get started with their words per minute average, which is 96 with a high of 117. Very nice, that will give them 1 point. They have a race count of 4,093, that will give them half a point. They joined October 5th, 2022, that will give them half a point. Their car and their trail go very nicely together. I'm not sure what it is that fits together so well, but just something about it looks nice, so we'll give them 1 point. They have 93 cars, that'll give them 1 point. And as we can see, it's very well organized. Everything is consistent, they've laid it out quite nicely. I just think this looks nice. I guess I don't really know what they were referring to when they said their garage looked really empty. Maybe they got some more cars since they've entered, that's very possible. But yeah, I think their garage looks fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about there. Overall, 6 points, very nice. And now let's get to the winners. Congratulations to Precision558 for winning today's episode. You had 8.5 points, which is the highest of all the contestants. I will be right back with your $1.25 million of Nitro type cash. Alright, I have sent them their cash. Let me open up the random number generator and I can get the random winners for today. Alright, I have the random number generator pulled up 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the order that they entered, that's just kind of standard how I do it. Let's generate. We got 4. And 1. So, we have 4, so Twizinator, and we have 1. So, Precision, you won another $500,000 in Nitro type cash. I'll be right back with that. I got Precision's cash, now I'll get on to the other winner. And I got Twizinator's cash. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, it would be fantastic if you would consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a really big deal for this channel. I want to thank everyone for all the support I've been seeing. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next one.